So TikTok is a very visual platform when it comes to, it's vertical video. So like you have to find a way in your background, in the way that you're speaking, delivering the information, you have to find a way to stand out visually.
What tip can you give to our audience here, mostly business owners, right? What tip can you give as far as consistently showing up? Because the challenge they find is creating the content. So what can you talk about that? Say, hey, show up, but here's the content that you should be posting daily, every other day. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so I think a big component of that is like researching within your niche, figuring out taking a look at like what other people are doing, what is working on the platform, and also figuring out how to structure your content. That's like a really, really big one. The whole platform's goal, the platform's goal is to keep you on the platform for as long as possible, right? They're looking for watch time, they're looking for engagement from the audience. And so when you figure out how to structure your video so that you keep people watching to the end, or you generate some kind of reaction from them, that is really going to be the key to success on the platform. I would also say like another component to that is, like I kind of said earlier, like showing your personality, not, especially on TikTok, where like the platform is much more relaxed than other platforms. There's a whole culture that's different than Instagram or Facebook. Really getting to know that culture a bit and figuring out like how you are going to fit into, or like what's your personality is going to be on the platform is going to be super important in standing out amongst all of the other videos that are going on there.
So we talk to a lot of our audience is real estate professionals of some sort. So when you're talking about like that strategy, when you're talking about how you come up with those pillars of content and that sort of thing, and you even mentioned it yourself, you tested until you found something that worked. What is your advice? Because I think a lot of people struggle with that creative piece. They go to TikTok and they're really basically, they're intimidated because they'll see people that are eloquent. They'll see people that can dance. They'll see people that are creative, and they feel like, I can't do that. So what would be the advice that you would give to somebody? Because our industry, unlike most, is on the innovative side. Like we're out ahead. And so people are looking for ways to differentiate, because there's a 10 trillion real estate agents in our country. And so there's a lot of competition. So what would be the advice you would give to somebody to find that niche, and how many pillars of content would you actually recommend for a platform like TikTok?
Yeah, for sure. So as far as like number of pillars, I always recommend 3 to 5. And one of those pillars should be kind of like your personal content. So like, getting to know you as the actual creator, showing a bit behind the scenes. What are you doing on the weekends? Like something that's not so on the nose of like, what is your business doing? Or like, give me some information. And then as far as like tips for like how to stand out on the platform, I would look for something that is very visually kind of driven, right? So TikTok is a very visual platform when it comes to, it's vertical video. So like you have to find a way in your background, in the way that you're speaking, delivering the information, you have to find a way to stand out visually. For me, that is right here. Like I'm the marketing girl on TikTok with the blue hair, right? So every time, that's like the visual indicator to someone when I pop in their feed. It's like, oh, it's just that recognizable factor. Not saying you have to dye your hair blue or purple or whatever, but you need some kind of visual indicator that registers with people, that triggers that memory of like, oh yeah, this is that person that gave me that really awesome tip that one time. So like figuring out what that is, what that is for your brand. And if you can integrate, a hint of your personality into it, I think that that's even better.